Right then, you can't see too much, but this is Rajasthan, okay? It's coming from Rajasthan. And what it is sandstone pavers. Believe me, doesn't stuff do mileage? This isn't going out to Rajasthan, this is coming in from Rajasthan. Wow. It's a heavy box, man. Wow. Look at that. It's a heavy box on the back of here. Yeah. Here I am, look. And you gotta believe me when I tell you, I'm in the middle of nowhere. You won't believe well, I'll tell you how much of the middle of the nowhere. I was concentrating that much I couldn't control the camera, and I can now because I'm going slowly. I'm on prime land, but the roads, what a place to find this place is. And it's so massive when you get here. You're going down little country roads, and all of a sudden you're here, and it's a massive place. Pretty well signposted. Once you get within a couple of miles, apparently I came from the wrong direction, but I went out the right way, but then I couldn't find my way back in the right way and ended up coming back around from the wrong direction, or the less good direction. Wow, what a place. What a load of stuff. Huge place it is. Anyway, I know where I'm going. It's about to rain. Sod's law, isn't it? It's about to rain. Anyway, I'm going to leave you. So today's little mission, I'm sick of falling over it. Do you know when you've got something and you're going to fix it, and you will fix it, and you're going to get round to fixing it, but you never do, and you fall over the thing every time you come into the place? So anyway, we're finally going to fit these up here now. If you remember, these that were here have ended up going right to the very back garage. So these are a bunch of pretenders. If you remember, this lot here was this lot here. And when we built the new shelves, we transferred that lot that was over there over to here. So this now belongs in the back, and we're going to put a new one here. And we haven't really decided. We think we might turn it into a display board. But do you remember we had these in? Do you know, you get something and you've got lots of them and you don't really know, or you don't know what you're going to do with them, or you're going to end up using them. It's always just keep them in a tin and remember you've got them. And do you remember we used them, we hung these with these, and they turned out really good. Really good, because what I had to do, cut them in half, have that, put the same bolt through here, look, and they just sort of clip on. They work quite nice. You have to sort of be inventive, you have to sort of be imaginative when you do these things, look, and they'll sit on top of that scaffolding pole. There's a hole there, and on the end of that one. So I've put them in and I've marked them. I'll use these, look. They'll just basically hold it. Well, that's the plan anyway. But I don't know whether to cut them a bit longer because it's a bit heavier and a bit more weight. But I think that'll be all right. They just clip on. They're not going to get disturbed, are they? We might have to find slightly longer bolts because this wood is slightly deeper. But yeah, you've got to make, when you think of something, you've got to make it out of what you've got. Not be so rigid in the mind that you want this thing and you want to do it that way, which is fine. But sometimes you're waiting for the stuff. Sometimes you haven't landed on it yet, or, you know. But I like thinking about things. And what have I got that's already in the stores? It's not going to cost me anything that's going to do do the same job for me. So that's what we're going to do. Shall we weld along a piece? Use this, because we like the bend bit, don't we? That's already pre-bent, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll cut this in half. Do you think we should weld a bit on it so this comes down? Even maybe just weld a bolt on it, so it just gives that much more of a reach. But it shouldn't be disturbed because, you know, it's gravity. This board is going to be pulling down all the time, isn't it? So it shouldn't pop out. Even when there's weight on it, it shouldn't pop out. Anyway, let's have a go. We might end up having to do a swinging test on it, like we did on a TV bracket. That'll be fun, because if it doesn't work, the whole shelving unit will come on my head. So, we're going to set off this garlic smoke, greenhouse garlic smoke bomb thing. Debbie got it for Christmas. The instructions said, basically, water the plants, give them a good drink, and then lock the greenhouse up, shut all the windows and doors, and light this. It looks like it's a candle of some sort, and it's a garlic smoke bomb. What's it say? Helps plants natural whatever, and stimulates growth. So we're going to easy to use. Huh? So we're going to give that a bash. Oh, it's quite strong. You can smell it already. Apparently you've got to light it and run.
What does it say on the front? And the other way. Garlic smoke. Yeah, you've got to light, put it on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if it makes a mark on the floor.
No.
But it's supposed to be on the floor.
Yeah, and then what? Light
it.
Yeah.
And then get the hell out of here.
And get the hell out of here.
And shut the door. Nothing to do in that side now.
No.
You want to shut the door now? All the window. Oh, that window's shut.
Shut it, yeah.
Okay.
And what did it say about it?
It's to kill any birds and any little bugs and flies that are already in here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Getting this out of the way. What are you doing?
Oh, you putting it there, are you?
Put it on the way. Right, here's the candle. We're going to get that off. Well, there's the wick. Ooh, do we take the top off the thing? It's supposed to be very... do you take that off as well?
What does it say? Come here. The canister...
Yeah.
Is best used in late afternoon, blah, 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 when the weather is... Never treat plants that are dry to the roots. Leave the greenhouse closed for at least 2 hours. Doesn't actually tell you what to do.
Do you take this red thing off? Looks like you do.
That looks like the wick.
Yeah, that's the wick, but there's like
surely that's the stuff in there, isn't it?
There's a red cover over it. Light it, it might melt its way. Does it go fizz, fizz, fizz all of a sudden?
No, I think it's just supposed to create a terrible stink.
It is quite smelly.
It stinks of garlic, doesn't it? Right, don't put it anywhere that's going to burn.
Oh shit! Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Stay here for a minute.
Right, shut it up because it needs to fill the greenhouse.
Okay.
You can look through the window if you want.
Yeah, look through the window. Oh, can I see it through the window? Oh, look, see the smoke it's making. Making quite vigorous smoke. I'm glad we put it there. Still going. Yeah, it's doing something.
Oh, I can smell it through here.
That went with a bang, didn't it? Can you see it? You can smell it, all right?
Through that window, that's why.
Has it stopped? I don't know.
Don't open the door.
Okay, maybe it's done its, maybe it's done its thing already. Can you see it? Where is it? Well, Let's leave it there then.
It just says leave it for 2 hours at least.
Okay. You can smell it out here though, can't you? It's quite smelly. Okay. So we're at this point with the we've sort of cleaned it. Now we can hit it with a flap disc, but you could do this top, and you could do the top here, no problem. You could do around there, no problem. It's in here where you've got to be careful. Do that fine. And do we want to, how close do we want to get, and how many times are we going to hit this handle without doing it any real harm? How are we going to keep away from it? Or are we just going to keep cleaning it and do it, use it like that as it came in? There's not much pitting, is there? The camera's picking up a lot more brown. Could do with a lot more, a heavier wire brush, I think. But this handle, you don't want to do any damage to that, because you're going to struggle to replace the handle on this. Yeah, I'm sure they do, they must do. It can't be a throwaway thing, can it? And then just, you know, bring this back to life. I've got a bit of a slice out here, but again, that doesn't really matter. No. Interesting. This one is way more difficult to do and to get into as well with the wire brush. Let's see what we can do with it. I can't believe I forgot to show you something. Look, I've started, look how it was before that darkness. I've started just scraping the handle, getting the worst of it off, because we're not going to mess with this handle. I'm going to keep it in place, but we're going to take as little as we can off it before we clean it and improve it. So look, it was quite dark before, wasn't it? Yeah, we won't look at that yet, but see around there how dark it was, and here how it's lightening up. I'm just scraping it, taking all the previous hand oil and dirty hands and all the rest of it, scraping that off first. So there's the pin, look, but there's no sign of the pin the other side. And this, oh, it's had a hard life. It's been worked hard, but it's absolutely secure. Do we keep going? Do we sand it down, or do we just leave it as it is? Took off the biggest amount. Maybe sand that down a little more round it, make it look a bit better. Yeah, we can certainly tidy that up, can't we? See how originally dark it was. And you can see, look, I think leave it alone. Just basically clean it up. Just basically give it a good clean. And if we find one a lot rougher, we might attempt to. Next time we go to the car boot, we'll find one of these, maybe a rougher one, and we might do a bit more with it. But because this is the only one we've got, we'll get in there with a Dremel, because this is the only one we've got. I think this one's going to survive. I ain't going to mess much more with this one. No. Because once you touch it, once you do this one edge with the, which would take it no problem, with the flap disc, you're going to have to carry on, aren't you? You can't leave it. Once you begin, that is it. That's the path you've taken. I quite like that. Rest free. Handle, I haven't fed the handle yet. Give the handle a slight sanding, I think. We'll keep our eyes open for one that we can absolutely muller, and we'll see how we get on with it. Yeah. So looking at these old tools, it's like almost doing investigation work. This guy, I think, was definitely right-handed, because look how this, he's been tapping. When he's tapping, he's using this edge here to tap his nails in. Because as you can see, look, that is well worn. See that corner there? It's well worn. Would we bash it, try and bash it straight, bring that metal back up again, like what Scoutcrafter has taught us, rather than, you know, just grind it? If you grind that all nice, clean and round, and you see how, there we are, you can see now why you'd virtually have to cut the top of it to bring it level again. And that's a long way down to go, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm tempted. I don't really want to put it on the belt yet, because once you begin, you've begun, haven't you? And you've got to carry on. I wonder, would you be tempted to just cut this off, make it disappear, cut it off, and just clean up a new bottom on it? Because, you know, once you hit that with the sand belt sander, it's going to be rubbing and tearing it out, isn't it? Yeah. And it's going to make it worse. So, is it better to sand it, see what happens of it, or is it better to just cut it here, cut it off? Because when you hold it, that bit actually doesn't get used, that bottom bit. About there, I'd say. That's how it feels, as if the guy's held it. Yeah, and then he's done this edge. He's worked on this edge all the time. You can see how see what's done to it. You know, I guess years and years of pounding. This has been working. I don't know. Just about. You can't make it. Does it say Sheffield under there? I'm not sure. You'd have to probably, at a guess. What is that? You'd have to clean it and see what it would bring up. It'd either bring something up or it would bring nothing up. What are we going to do with it? How are we going to handle it? Well, yeah, what we're going to do is, when we go to that, we saw one today, didn't we? You know, in a box somewhere. We'll go to the car boot, and because this is the original one that arrived, we won't mess with this one. We'll get one that we don't know, and we'll see what we can do with it. Yeah, because it's a really good, that handle's fantastic in there, nice and tight, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's not as if you're dealing with an old hammer with a loose head on it. No. Looking at this cheeky chappy, look. It's even got an arrow telling it which way it's not even in the middle. This side here is slightly longer than that side. It's telling you to bang this end, look. But generally a hammer, you would think it would be sort of in the middle, wouldn't you? What is this? Is this a proper hammer? Somebody made that handle fit that. They had the handle, so we put the handle on it. But it's very... What is that? It can't be a homemade cast one, can it? Somebody made that? Why is that there? It's been worked plenty hard enough though. Yeah. Obviously the name must have been here. Who hammers the hammer sideways? This has been well bented and dashed. Somebody's been going tap, tap, tap with it, not knock, knock, knock. He's been going tap, tap, tap with it. Somewhere. Yeah, somebody's been busy. Well abusing it. And the arrow, look. I wonder if we can... We'll have to watch out for that in the books. We'll have to watch this arrow. Look for copper hammers. Is this a properly made one? Or is this been made up out of something else? Somehow, for another reason. Like a blank, you know. This is a blank for making something else. It's got the proper six-sided nut head on it. I wonder if this isn't a hammer, this is a blank to make something else, and they've turned it into a hammer. Yeah. It's a Reggie sort of fixing in the top, hammer loads of nails into it, spread it about. Oh dear me. And just before we go, la, we've had an incoming cupboard. Look at this. Wow. Isn't this sweet? This is a beauty, isn't it? Yeah. This, all the drawers are working on it. We've got plenty of bedding. We can take this cardboard out and put rubber down in there, you know. So we can do that. The question is, it's got the handle here, but we can take that off if we need to put it near something, and there's another unit that sits on the top. So we could make this quite tall, couldn't we? Really, want wire brushing and painting and bringing back to life, really. Do we throw that out, put it underneath that shelf, that cupboard, put these on legs, lift this cupboard up so this slides underneath? But what do we do with the air tank and the little compressor? I was thinking we could put it, we were going to throw this out anyway. We could put it here because it'll fit in there, or we can raise this up, put it under there as a set of legs, put that on top of there, or we could take this out, take the whole of that unit out and put it in there. But then what do you put with the stuff that's come out, you know? What do you do with that? Does it save you space or does it create more space? Because where would you put that then? Well, that stuff. The only plus side of doing that is if we decided to take that and put it in here, in this space here. And we know there's no space anywhere else. That's not going to go nowhere. This is going to produce us, when we strip it down, that's going to do some lovely shelving, cornish pieces with the shelving with the holes in. So we get something out of taking that apart. We get 4 lengths, wouldn't we? And we could make lots of shelves with those 4 lengths. because we use that angle iron with the hole in it, don't we? So I'm sort of tempted, but we were going to get rid of this anyway, weren't we? I mean, get rid as in send it into the rear shed, and we were going to put shelves in here. But if they go there, that might save us a load of aggro, mightn't we? And if we're lucky, this might go on top and still open, maybe. And would you have to find you wouldn't take you long to get these 2 yellow boxes out of the way and a couple of blocks underneath. That's an unused space almost there, isn't it? What to do, what to do, what to do? I can't do much with there, that's full. But when you get something in and you definitely want to use it, we've never had one of these, have we? Because the original price of these are huge. It's not a thing we do, but each drawer is working really sweetly. Yeah, this is coming thanks to Steve. Wow, what are we going to do? Where are we going to put it? It's definitely something that's coming in here. It's going to replace something, but what and where is it going to replace? We've got to think about that. We could completely cut out this shelf here, couldn't we? Cut along there, take this, that'll sit on that bar there. Take this shelf out. It'll just sit under here at 35 inches. And just push them in here, push it in there. Would fit there nicely, wouldn't it? That's only junk on there, really. We could stack the toolboxes on top of each other up the side of it. Ooh. That might do.